In my last video, I spoke about how a good woman could be a blessing in a man's life, right? I talked about how she could give a man balance. I talked about how she had the power to expand a man's territory. But this is the thing, guys. This woman that I speak of, she only represents 5% of the female population. The other 95% are doing a completely different thing, right? Now, the thing we need to know is this. Just because the 5% woman is the virtuous woman, that doesn't mean that the 95%er doesn't have the exact same power, right? Today, man, I want to talk about the strange woman of Proverbs 5 and how when you're entertaining this woman, she's literally digging your grave. Let's talk about it. At ease, it's your boy Soul Immortal. Now, we are all aware of the Proverbs 31 woman. We're aware that a virtuous woman can come into our lives and extend our territories, right? But the thing that we never talk about is the woman of Proverbs 5, right? The strange woman. Now, the reason I think we need to talk about the strange woman is because this woman has been responsible for dethroning many kings, right? This woman has been the primary reason for many men doing time in jail. This woman is the root cause of several men going to an early grave, right? Now think of that woman that you used to date, right? When you first met her, everything was just perfect. She was extremely feminine. She was highly sexual. She was saying all the right things, almost like she was reading from a script. She was reading all the same books as you, watching all the same documentaries. It almost appeared that she was your reflection. But what you didn't know at the time, brothers, is that you would come face to face with the chameleon. Now, I know what you're getting ready to ask me. So, how do you know the difference between the chameleon and the virtuous woman? Well, there are several ways to tell, but for me, I look at the way they love. Because see, when you talk about the virtuous woman, the thing that's her strength is also actually her weakness. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way she loves. See, the virtuous woman, she loves unconditionally. And the thing is, whether you're in her life as her man, whether you're in her life as a friend, whether you're in her life as somebody that has done her wrong in the past and now you're just back in her life, she's every single time she's just gonna love you unconditionally because she has no on and off switch. That's who she is. She knows no other way, and that's why I say it's also her weakness because she can easily be manipulated. So that's why they often have the guards up. Now, on the other hand, the chameleon, she loves with vices. And when I say she loves with vices, this is what I mean. See, the strange woman, with her ultimate goal of sending you to the depths of hell, really doesn't have the ability to love. She can only demonstrate love through her vices. And her three primary vices are sex, flattery, and egotism. Now, sex is where she's going to get the men that vibrate on the lowest of levels. Any man that's not aware of his creative power, that's not aware of self, is going to fall victim to any woman that's offering them up some loving. right? But for the men that vibrate on a higher level, she's gonna have to go to doors 2 and 3, which is flattery and egotism. Brothers, it is nice to have the good things in life. But like I always say, get things that you truly like, not the things that you think the world would like. Why? Because now these things can easily become a weapon against the ego. Your accomplishments, your fitness, and your worldly possessions all have to be for self. Because if not, she will stroke your ego into a blue pill coma. Now at this point, brothers, she has infiltrated all of your defenses and has become a permanent part of your world. Now she could even be somebody that you've just gotten serious with, or she could be a lifelong partner. But the thing about this phase of the guaranteed execution is that you begin to become aware of a few things. You begin to ask yourself, like, if a woman is supposed to expand my territory, then why is my territory shrinking? In other words, why is it since we've been together, my money is declining? Why is it that since we've been together, my time is less quality? Why is it that my peace is no longer present? Now this is where things get interesting, because what you realize is that she's not after your money, time, and peace. What she's after is that life force that creates that. I introduce to you, my brothers, the lactose dectus, the energy vampire. See, obtaining things are good, but her ultimate goal is to extract a man's life energy. Coincidentally, this is the same energy that fuels his purpose. As she sinks deeper and deeper toward the gates of hell, she comes to find that not only does she need to feed off of the man for material gain, she needs to feed off of him for survival. Now, at some point, man will ask himself the ultimate question, like, am I better off with or without her? Now, once he asks himself this question, he begins to see everything. He begins to see this woman for what she really is. He begins to see the face behind the mask. Now, brothers, at this point, man can clearly decipher between the physical and the spiritual when it comes to this woman. In other words, man can clearly see through fake smiles, fake actions, and see the true nature of this woman. What man had limited capabilities of seeing in phase 2 is now screaming through her very eyes. It is at this point, brothers, where a man must choose between life or death. Now, brothers, let me be clear. It is imperative that we as men ensure that everyone in our circle is well taken care of in the event of our untimely death. I actually recommend legacy is a lifestyle. Anything insurance or will related, I'm telling you, this is the place. I'll be sure to leave everything in the description box. But we also need to be aware that some women are just spending their whole lives extracting a man's life force and then just patiently waiting on him to die just so they can double up on their investment. Now, brothers, I'm aware that many of you are watching this video while multitasking, but just for 1 second, let me get your undivided attention, because this stuff is real. You know, over the last several years, you know, it's been cool for a man to have several notches on his belt. You know, it's been cool for a man to conduct himself in a certain manner. But I'm telling you, brothers, times have changed. I'm telling you that ship has sailed. You know, I don't know if you guys are aware of everything that's taking place in the world, but we're moving toward a different era. You know, it's time for us to be upstanding men. You know, being the men that are easily persuaded by sex, that are easily persuaded by our egos being stroked. Guys, I'm telling you, we have to elevate past that. You know, we have to start becoming men of discernment. And this is not something that's easy. You know, I'm not coming at you guys as if I'm holier than thou. This is something I struggle with just like the next man struggles with. You know? But this is why we have to fellowship like this, so we can keep everybody's head afloat. Because at the end of the day, there are only two choices. There's life and there's death.
Eddie!